If you were waiting for another shoe to drop in MLB, in that cheating scandal, well, it dropped last night. The Boston Red Sox and Alex Cora released a statement that read in part, and I quote, "Today we met to discuss the commissioner's report related to the Houston Astros investigation. Given the findings and the commissioner's ruling, we collectively decided that it would not be possible for Alex to effectively lead the club going forward, and we mutually agreed to part ways." End quote. The old mutually agreed to part ways. You know, a conscious uncoupling, a mutual decision. Sure, it's not. That's the Red Sox trying to get out in front of this and get rid of Cora before Major League Baseball made it impossible to keep Cora. It's smart. Rip off the Band-Aid before MLB made them do it. Because once MLB's report came out detailing what went down with the Astros, and that report put a ton of that at the feet of Cora, and then A.J. Hinch was suspended a year for his role, you knew Cora was going to get hit even harder. Because as Commissioner Rob Manfred wrote, again, quote, "Cora was involved in developing both the banging scheme and utilizing the replay review room to decode and transmit signs. Cora participated in both schemes and through his active participation implicitly condoned the player's conduct. I will withhold determining the appropriate level of discipline for Cora until after the Department of Investigations completes its investigation of the allegations that the Red Sox engaged in impermissible electronic sign stealing in 2018 while Cora was the manager." End quote. All right, then, go ahead and start connecting the dots. Alex Cora developed the so-called banging scheme and the replay review room decoding project in Houston in 2017, and then was under a separate investigation for what happened in Boston in 2018. So if A.J. Hinch got a year for not participating, what is Cora going to get for being the guy who organized it and was an active participant? And if the Astros fired Hinch for what he did, there's no way the Red Sox could stand by Cora after what he did. So the question is not, would Cora be suspended, but rather for how long? And if a big part of Houston's punishment was because they continued doing it after they were warned, if Cora did it in Houston and then he did it in Boston, how many years is he looking at? And let me step in right now and say this. I like Alex Cora. I really enjoyed having him on this show. He is a great interview. He's smart as hell. But apparently, he cheats like hell. I mean, what a freaking trajectory this is. Bench coach on a World Series winner in 17. Wins the World Series in 18 in his first season as a manager, and then gets bleep canned in January of 2020. 2 World Series winning managers out of their jobs in a matter of 24 hours. And for Cora, in his first season, he had 108 wins in the regular season. He was 11-3 in the postseason. They steamrolled everybody, and apparently they were cheating along the way. And again, how is Carlos Beltran, the new Mets manager, who was actively involved in as an Astros player, currently skating? And as with the Astros, there are people in the game who have receipts, like current Met and former Blue Jay Marcus Strowman. You see, last season, he had quick pitched in a game against the Red Sox, and Cora didn't like that. Cora said, quote, "It's the same thing with him every day. He competes a certain way, and people don't like it," end quote. Uh-oh! Strowman tweeted this yesterday, quote, "This man had the audacity to say that I compete a certain way and people don't like it? Very comical in hindsight, LOL." He's right. It is comical. In fact, rich as hell. And it's the kind of thing you're probably going to hear a lot of in the wake of this scandal, and it's going to stick to him and them forever. This is why it's equally laughable to me when Astros owner Jim Crane says the championship is not tainted, that this does not taint their world championship. The hell it doesn't, Jimbo. Just be glad they're going to let you keep that world championship. But don't think for a second that people are not going to see it as tainted and remind you of such every chance they get, because you know they will. And to those who want to defend the Astros and the Red Sox by saying everybody's doing it, I don't know that everybody's doing it, but I'm pretty certain the Astros and the Red Sox are not the only ones doing it. That said, let's get to something else quickly before I go to break in this conversation. And that's some of your moronic, half-baked, and really flat-out idiotic takes on the topic. You know how they say there's no such thing as a bad idea? That's wrong. There are bad ideas. There are a lot of bad ideas. Just about every, quote, suggestion or outside-the-box solution to this problem is a terrible idea. Here's what's not going to happen. Barring something dramatic, the Astros are not going to be stripped of their title. And there's not going to be some other punishment that involves the Astros and the Red Sox opponents getting extra outs or more at-bats or whatever other scheme you have in mind. And here's the other thing. It's probably true. I'm guessing some of you are kind of bent right now at the Astros and the Red Sox. You might be a Dodger fan who feels like you got worked in the World Series, not once but twice. I understand that. I know why you're really angry about that. But you're not getting a World Series trophy. Not because of that. And if you did, would it really make you feel any better? It certainly wouldn't feel like you actually won it. And here's the other group that I'm talking to. Astros fans and Red Sox fans and fans of any other team that gets caught up in this. I get that you might be bitter that your team let you down. And I'm saying this because I got some of this on the show yesterday. Here's what's not going to happen. You're not going to quit the sport. You're not going to quit your favorite team. You might think that right now, but you go ahead and give it a few months or a few days or a few hours or a few minutes or a few seconds. Trust me, you'll forget about all this. You know, the guy who tried to organize a fan strike when there's a lockout or a player strike can't believe what an utterly ridiculous notion this is to say that you're going to stop following your team cold turkey. So no, I'm not interested in videos of you burning your old Nolan Ryan or Dwight Evans jerseys. That's not happening. I don't doubt that you're pissed, but save the calls about how you've been a fan of your team for decades and now you're never going to watch them ever again or follow the game ever again. If you didn't leave after guys were roiding up to their eyeballs, you're not leaving now. Now, if you want to have a serious conversation about this, we can. But if you want to spitball some wacky ideas that'll make this right, or lie about how you'll never support your favorite team ever again, and you're swearing off the entire sport once and for all, man, take that someplace else, because that's all bullcrap. Go ahead. Lie to yourself. Just don't lie to me.